What do you think is the biggest problem in black schools?
What do I think is the biggest problem in black schools?
Mm-hmm.
Another good question. I mean, I think there's a number of problems, but if you just gonna make me, you gonna put a gun in my head and I have to choose one.
What's your podcast
talking about?
Black everything. Black everything.
What do you think is the biggest problem in black schools?
What do I think is the biggest problem in black schools?
Mm-hmm.
Another good question. I mean, I think there's a number of problems, but if you just gonna make me, you gonna put a gun in my head and I have to choose one. Funding. Black schools are, I mean, historically underfunded. And I think that if you were to give the same amount of funding to a predominantly black school as a lot of these predominantly white schools have, the education and the environment and the experience for black children in those predominantly black schools would improve dramatically. When you hear the phrase black excellence, what does that actually mean to you?
So, when I hear the phrase black excellence, what does that mean to me? Well, I guess it would mean black people succeeding. Whether that be in business, so like getting wealthy, or just you could do religiously too. There are many outlets for black excellence, but yeah, to me it's just black success. Just seeing black people uniting, that could be one. But just black success, I'd say, if I were to say anything for black excellence, first thought comes to mind, black people succeeding.
Cool.
Is what did school never teach you that you wish it had?
What did school not teach me that I wish it had? More black history. I really wish I was able to find out about more of not just black history, but American history, because black history is American history. So I wish that we were given the opportunity to learn just as much about George Washington George Washington Carver as we did about George Washington. I think that just that little bit of more of black history in the schools when I grew up would have added more to my heritage and my pride in my race. All right, so Caden, let me scratch that. All right, son, do you think schools are really preparing black students to succeed?
I would say, yeah. They're teaching, well, obviously they teach them math, science, social studies, they teach them about history, even though, I mean, you might be right on some points that black history may be overlooked sometimes. But I feel like, yeah, as maybe to a lesser extent than like in a predominantly white school, you know, with all the higher funding, as you said. But I feel like, yeah, they are preparing them for the future.
To succeed. Okay.
What black historical figures do you think deserve to be taught about in classrooms?
And what historical black figures should be taught in schools?
Mm-hmm.
Marcus Garvey. He was a black revolutionary from... now, I'm not sure if he's from Africa, but I know he went to Africa. And he did a lot of big things that united the black community. He showed that you can make a lot of money being a black person. You don't need the white collective in order to do so. I think that Marcus Garvey, if they start teaching people or black kids in school about him and how he has such an entrepreneurial spirit about him, and a freedom from, I guess you could say, white people. I was gonna say white. What is the thing? It ain't communism that we do. It's
Capitalism.
capitalism. That you can be successful with just dealing with your people, your black folks, and be successful without having to have any help from white capitalism. What is the biggest challenge you think your generation of black kids is going to have to overcome?
So what do I think is the biggest challenge my generation of black kids is going to have to overcome? Well, I would say that it's going to be the past, I would say. I think if the past is like just, I'm not to be rude, but like older generations, they grabbing onto our legs, trying to hold us down. I think if we can, that's the thing we need to overcome, to get over our past so we can become better. We don't have to be like our ascendant. Is that the word, ascendants? But so we can get over them and
ancestors.
Yeah, ancestors work too. So we can get over them and be able to be our own person, not just be thought of as hey he's black, so his parents his ancestors must have been in slavery. If we got to get past the past.
Okay. What's the biggest challenge black fathers are dealing with today?
What's the biggest challenge black fathers are dealing with today? Quite an odd question to ask a child. Okay. I think if they're going through, the biggest challenge they're going through would be, raising their kids. And not just raising their kids, but having to raise their kids, in this society. This is just for America, I would say. But, as you've said, every video, pretty much, black people obviously have a harder challenge living their life than white people. So that would obviously make raising your own kids harder. So I would say that the hardest challenge black fathers have is raising their kids in this society.
Mm-hmm. You wouldn't think the possibility of a black father having to pick up the phone one day and hear that his black teenager was shot by the police? You don't think that would be a challenge?
Is that?
I'm asking you a question. What? Because it's the statistics, the numbers don't lie. A black father is more likely to pick that phone up and hear that the police killed his son versus a white father. So that's a follow-up question.
I'm saying, does that not also apply to a black father having to raise their child in the society?
Yeah, it do.
I was just all encompassing. I just take it all of it.
Well, you
put it all together.
Generally, I never
one
know.
Society.
Oh, okay. All right.
For you, what does success look like for black empowerment in the next 20 years?
What does success look like for black empowerment in the next 20 years? Mm-hmm. That is a good question. I think success would be that we have more black entrepreneurs. We have more equal laws. This systemic racism in the justice system is either eliminated or close to being eliminated. Black empowerment would have to happen for those last two to occur. So if we truly are going to get into black empowerment moving forward in 20 years from now, then the most important thing would be black unity. And you uniting with your black people, your fellow brother or sister, that in itself is black empowerment. You want me to ask you another one?
Sure, if you want to.
Do you think parents should be able to look through their teenagers' phones anytime they want to?
So, do I think that parents should be able to look through their teenagers' phones whenever they want to? I think, personally, I would say no. Because just the way I've grown up, I feel like I can be trusted to, not do anything dangerous. And if I have like something private on my phone, I would feel like exposed if my parent were to just say, hey, new rule, you're not allowed to have a password on your phone, no locks in your apps, I need to look through everything. Cause it's not like I got anything like bad on my phone. It's just that's kind of like it's like a bubble, I would say, and that I have, you have, and you doing that would be like stabbing my bubble, if you know what I mean.
Stabbing your bubble. Okay.
Open Two Podcast.
Black everything. Black everything. Black everything.